Hey everybody, back hack here coming at you with another trail tip. And I'm just vacuum sealing, of all things, a couple of bandanas. Now you're probably thinking I'm nuts for vacuum sealing bandanas. Well, there's a reason for that. It keeps them clean and dry. And I put one of these in my backpack. I put one of these in a tote when I go camping. I also have a couple of them like this in my bug out bag. It keeps them dry, it keeps them clean, and it makes them a little bit more compact. Not necessarily so I can put more stuff in my backpack, but it makes it easier to pack by having things less dense. A lot of people call these things food savers. Generically, they are vacuum sealers. Yes, this morning I was putting up some sugar and some brown sugar for long-term storage, so those are ready to go into a food grade bucket. And a lot of people use these for food, but I use a lot of non-food items in these things. Case in point, this is one of those Sawyer Mini water filters. I use one of these for backpacking and camping, but I bought a second one specifically for my bug out bag, my grab and go bag. This has the complete system. It's got the blue bag. I can't remember what size it was. It's got the blue bag that comes with it, the filter, the back flush syringe, the straw. I've also got one of my cross-contamination pieces that I'll link to in the video below. As well as there are 4 little drinking straws in here that have been sealed up with pool shock. This goes in my bug out bag, so I've got a complete water filtration system ready to go. I can filter the water with the Sawyer filter for particulate matter and then treat it for any pathogens or any little critters that are floating around in the water that are still there with that pool shock. This is unused, so there's no water in the filter, so I don't have to worry about this being frozen or not. This can be frozen because I haven't used it yet. Some of the other things that I vacuum seal are I do these little packages of bandages. There's just a variety in here. I will vac seal a lot of my bandages, both for my first aid kits in my backpack and my bug out bag, as well as my prep supplies. I vacuum seal all of those. Surgical gloves. This is a pair of surgical gloves that I vac sealed. And all my first aid kits have a pair of these in there, as well as my backpack, my bug out bag, and things like that. This keeps them in a, not necessarily a sterile environment, but it keeps them protected from any pathogens that might be here in the air that we breathe. Plus, it keeps them neat and clean. I don't have to worry about them being loose in my first aid kit where they're going to get dirty and eventually get torn. And sometimes you don't know that they're torn until you go to put them on and they just come apart on you. Vacuum sealing them like this, if they're going to get punctured, I'm going to know it because the seal on the vacuum container, the bag itself, has been breached. So I can just tell just by picking this up and looking at them that I still have 2 gloves that are in full integrity. I don't have to worry about them being pinched or poked or ripped or anything like that. So this is Backpack Hack coming at you with this trail tip. Don't think of these as just for food. There's a lot of different things you can vac seal with them. So keep that in mind. This is Backpack Hack. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out there on the trail.